You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and do it right now, if you don't mind. I'm American Social Democracy, and this is my latest commentary. Last year, late last year, a movie came out. It didn't go anywhere in the limited circulation. It was basically a box office flop called Free Lunch Express. Free Lunch Express was written and directed by Lenny Britton. And the movie basically goes into the life of Bernie Sanders from the time he was young, like a young kid, all the way to his adult life, all the way to his elderly years where he's running for president. What can I say about this film? You can tell when you watch the movie or the trailer. I haven't actually seen the movie yet, and I will let you know if I'm planning to buy the movie or not in a few moments. But the film, what I can tell watching it, it is from a perspective of people on the right that already has a deep hatred of Bernie Sanders. And this film would just basically reinforce everything, every silly stereotype about Bernie Sanders, which is not true in real life, but it was still confirming. It's a confirmation bias for right-wing hacks that has it in for Bernie Sanders. The movie basically stars Jonah Britton as young Bernie Sanders, Sam Britton as young adult Bernie Sanders. When I say adult, I mean college years all the way to the time he was mayor of Burlington, Vermont in the 1980s. So his young adult years all the way to the time he was basically middle age. Charles Hutchins, who plays the older Bernie, the Bernie that we are all aware of now. Jessica Jade Andres is Deborah Schilling, Bernie Sanders' first wife. Elaine Balance is Jane O'Meara, Bernie Sanders' second wife. Robert William Campbell plays the ghost of Joe Stalin. Ryan Cole plays Jerry Greenfield from Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream. Michael Horton plays Peter Diamondstone. And I will tell you about Peter Diamondstone and the late Peter Diamondstone in a few moments. Cynthia Kania plays Hillary Clinton, and Laura Edelman plays Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. As I said, the movie is grossly inaccurate, and I will go into where the film basically messes up, and it messes up in several areas. So I'm going to play. I wish I could play the video itself. If I could just play the video itself, I might be able to do this. It's a very tacky way to do it, because I wish I could actually have myself in a little corner and actually show an actual film. Should I do it this way? I'm going to try it. I'm going to go. I have a computer here to the side. Is my laptop, and it kind of access my default soundboard, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flash this thing right in front of y'all, so you can see it for yourself about this film. Okay? All right. This is Free Lunch Express. As I said, hopefully you'll be able to see everything in this picture, in this on the screen here.
I totally pledge, with this blood oath, to dedicate my life to never picking up a dinner check, never donating to charity, like in the glorious Soviet Union, making sure the government pays for everything.
Sanders, we need to have a discussion. Why are you bogarting your stash?
That is a totally false accusation. I want everyone to be as high as I am, or possibly even higher. Did I mention that I have a blood pact with Stalin?
Congratulations! I don't know why you have to go after Vermont's predecessor. They don't have a synagogue in the entire state.
I'm afraid to also tell you that Vermont has some of the most lenient welfare qualifications in the country. One excuse for why an able-bodied man has been unemployed for 20 years, and your laugh there is a little distracting. I'm good! It's a miracle!
An unemployable guy with no sense of humor. Try politics.
We get people to donate to our campaigns. Then after we lose, we can use the rest of the money for whatever we want. I'd like to get my name on the ballot for the next mayor election.
What is my higher calling? Your higher calling is anarchy and taking down capitalism. Please don't tell me you're talking to Stalin again.
What party?
Communist. Seeing the open caskets of reborn communists doesn't get your juices flowing.
Because it sure does for me, baby.
I hate rich people.
Don't make me hate you too.
Thinking that I lay low. Fuck away. Oh. Wait for the country to come unraveled economically.
Your legislation is a bondage fantasy?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, there it is. I like it. And then launch my plan for Soviet-style socialism.
That man is freak.
I got a job in the valley, but today I didn't go.
The best wonders here. I announce my candidacy for the office of chief amongst equals.
Don't mess with me, Bernie.
I mean, President of the United States.
I will be president of all the land.
I didn't sign up to be first lady of loser.
You can name your price, or you can be found by the park police next to the cannon.
This fosters the gift that keeps on giving.
I am so screwed.
But she got no love for me.
Oh, Bernie. Bless his cotton socks.
Dropped on the couch on the phone watching TV.
Okay. I know that was a pathetic attempt to show you what the movie is about. I don't have the technology to put a little inner box on my screen just yet. I mean, there's a trick to this and this channel, and I'm going to try to do better as far as that's concerned. I'm almost embarrassed that showing you this movie in this format, but needless to say, let me tell you why some of the things that they said about Bernie in this movie, or the accusations that they're making about Bernie, is absolute bull crap. First, they have him as a Stalinist in the movie. Bernie Sanders has never been a Stalinist. Now, Bernie Sanders today would be considered pretty much a social democrat. But yeah, in his younger years, when he discovered socialism, he was originally into Trotskyism. And if you're into Trotskyism, you're not going to sit there and admire Joe Stalin. But even with Trotskyism, he kind of tiptoed away from that particular ideology, and he pretty much became a standard social democrat. So right there is where strike one was where they messed up with his ideology. Another area where they messed up was his trip to the Soviet Union for his honeymoon. That part was correct. He did go to the Soviet Union with his wife as a honeymoon, but it wasn't with his first wife, Deborah Schilling. And that was back in the 1960s. They were married, and they did not go to the Soviet Union. They went to Israel, working on a collective farm called kibbutz. So that's what happened. And Bernie Sanders and Deborah Schilling were married for a couple of years, and they divorced. Bernie Sanders married a second time to Jane O'Mara, and that was in 1988, in March 1988. And they flew to the Soviet Union for their honeymoon. Now, a lot of the right-wing people will be like, what in the world is Bernie Sanders doing? Ending his honeymoon in the Soviet Union. He must love that communist system. You have to remember, 1988, the Cold War was starting to come to an end. Ronald Reagan and Mikhail Gorbachev signed a nuclear arms treaty that has started to reduce and dismantle nuclear weapons. The Cold War was starting to become over. And Bernie Sanders, just like other people from across the spectrum, the left, the right, the center, were going to the Soviet Union, and it was called a goodwill tour. And even during the Cold War, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, all the way till 1991, when the Soviet Union collapsed, it was not against the law for Americans to fly to the Soviet Union. Yeah, you go and you want to take a trip to the Soviet Union on vacation or what have you. The State Department might ask you a few questions. Why do you want to go to the Soviet Union? I mean, they will do that. But it was not against the law. In fact, going to the Soviet Union back then was a hell of a lot easier than the U.S., somebody in the U.S. trying to fly to Cuba today. It's actually easier to go and take a trip to China right now than it is Cuba. And in terms of authoritarianism and what have you, China is way more brutal to their people in the year 2021 than Cuba ever could be. But I mean, I'm gotten off track, but I'm just basically trying to make a point here. It was not unlawful to visit the Soviet Union. I mean, the country, you take the communist equation away, you look at the architecture, you look at the culture, you look at the language, it's just, there is, it is intriguing. Yeah, it's too bad they had communist dictatorships for years over there, and it's too bad they got Vladimir Putin as the president of Russia right now. No, I'm not going into Russiagate conspiracy theories. That was kind of stupid the last few years. Linking Donald Trump to Russia is every bit as stupid as the right wing linking Joe Biden to China. Equally stupid. It ain't so. But anyway, I mean, Bernie Sanders got married a second time, went to the Soviet Union. So what? For his honeymoon. So what? Let's see. His parents died long before he got into politics. That's another thing right there. And it's kind of cruel that they kind of have it so that his parents were alive. So, so right there, I'm just stating the inaccuracies of the film. I think it was interesting that AOC's in the film later on. I think it's interesting that Hillary Clinton's in the film. Now, they did portray her pretty accurate as an abrasive, mean-spirited woman. That part's true about Hillary Clinton. So, stop clock gets the right time twice a day. Interesting, the Michael Horton character is Peter Diamondstone. I unfortunately knew Peter Diamondstone. I met the man once. The man was a bitter old man. Well, he wasn't so old when he and Bernie were close friends at one time. But Bernie became successful politically and Peter Diamondstone didn't. He held a grudge against Bernie Sanders for the rest of his life. And his irrelevant Liberty Union Party that Peter Diamondstone was the head of, he used this political party slate as a carrot stick to the Socialist Party USA to so they could put their presidential candidate on the ballot. Except in the year 2004. In the year 2004, even though the Socialist Party vice presidential candidate Mal Herbert was the VP and Walt Brown of Oregon was the presidential candidate, they tried to take away his nomination. It didn't succeed. And in Vermont, instead of putting Walter Brown on the ballot, they put the Workers' World Party campaign up there, which was a slap in the face to Walter Brown and Mal Herbert, who is from Vermont. As I said, I knew Peter Diamond Stone. I didn't particularly care for the man. I didn't particularly respect him. I'm sorry on a human-to-human level that he passed away, but he spent the rest of his life being very bitter and jealous of Bernie Sanders, which is kind of odd because you should take a look at some of the younger photos of Bernie Sanders and Peter Diamond Stone. Their demeanor is very similar. They talk very similar. It's just they're too similar in a lot of ways in their demeanor and everything. That I think that's what ate up Peter Diamond Stone for many, many years. And as I said earlier, the Stalin thing was grossly inaccurate. It was grossly inaccurate as it could be. As I said, just watching this, just the clips of this film was really, I laughed when I first saw it. And I was just thinking to myself, they really hate this guy this much. They made him out to be lazy and stupid and somehow becoming supposedly a powerful person that could potentially become president one day. And so that this hit piece called Free Lunch Express, that's what it's all about. 1 hour, was it 1 hour and 20 minutes is how long the film lasts. And I thought to myself, do I really want to give these people money to watch this movie? And I thought about it, and I'm thinking, here's the thing. This movie, and just like things I see online, the memes online, even the memes that are negative toward Bernie Sanders, I smile because I was a Bernie Sanders supporter long before everybody else outside of Vermont started to support Bernie Sanders. And I said this once before. I've said this 100 times before, and I'll probably say it 100 times from here on. When the accusation of overzealous Bernie Sanders supporters in 2016 came along, and Hillary Clinton people and the corporate Democrats referred to Bernie Sanders supporters as Bernie Bros, I was actually the original online Bernie Bro. Going back to the mid-1990s when I was defending Bernie Sanders inside the Socialist Party USA from the hard left factions within it, only to go into 2 decades later to defending Bernie Sanders, not just from right-wing Republican cranks, but also corporatists, yuppie-crats, Democrats that are happy behaving like 1980s moderate Ronald Reagan Republicans. So am I going to go get the film? I say I see no harm in buying this film, but I felt compelled to let you know about this film, and I'm going to put down the link in a few moments. So there's that. Anyway, if you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree or don't like what I have to say, comment anyway. We'll have a conversation. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you that if you have a platform, please utilize it because we're the muckrakers of our time. And Once again, feel free to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. And until next time, I am American Social Democracy. Peace. Class struggle yesterday, class struggle today, class struggle tomorrow, and class struggle until we achieve full economic and social justice for all. And remember, these are lies that are mentioned in this movie. If you're going to watch it for the humor, or because it's unintentionally funny.